Hello folks, and welcome to a little bit of a different video. Now I hope you'll stick around. I really hope you do. This is a variety gaming type channel, so all that good stuff is going to be included. I'll even leave some fantastic music in the background for you too. So if you want to just sit there and listen and forget I'm alive or anything like that, I really hope you don't. Come on, we're all awesome here, aren't we? So what is this all about? Well, I'm going to take a little bit of time to just chat to you guys and make a few predictions, but mostly it's going to be, you know, what am I looking forward to, what am I hoping to be shown, and pretty much all that awesome good stuff. So, as you may or may not know, there's a rather big event coming up. It's E3. It is just around the corner. It is next week. And this is E3 2014. It is going to be huge. Now, there is going to be loads of titles shown. There's loads of titles yet to be shown. And we're going to get to see more of, you know, what's coming this year, what's coming next year, what's going to maybe come in like next week. I don't know, you know, it's like E3's, there's, you know stuff and you don't know stuff, and that's what it's there for. It's there to be huge, it's there to make you see gameplay and hopefully get you excited for next titles coming around. Now, I will say this video is likely to be geared pretty much towards PC, multi-platform-y type kind of stuff. There will probably be a few PlayStation things flung in there because I do have a PS4, I even have a freaking PS4 unboxing video on my channel, filmed by a crappy camera, but still, primarily it's going to be sort of PC based games, because it is a PC orientated dominated channel, and all you over 500 odd or whatever we're at are here for that, really. So I'm gonna go through a little list, tell you probably why, and maybe they'll probably more than likely pop up in the channel. Just, it might be a little, you could consider it as like a hint towards what you may actually get to dig your teeth into with me. So, games I'm looking forward to, and hoping to get a bit more game time. I know I've seen some stuff online and know some stuff is getting reviewed or, you know, getting more game time. First up, Evolve. I have been excited for this the moment it was revealed. The moment I saw the gameplay, I was just like, I need this. It's by the guys, Turtle Rock, who did Left 4 Dead. I'm sure there's a fair number of you that actually know Left 4 Dead. Sort of this 4v1 they're going for, you know, one player is this big creature and 4 players, so different sort of classes of, you know, military, you know, you get medic, you get, I'm just going to say a tank, you know, and it's sort of your trapper and that, and it looks really interesting. I mean, what they've revealed so far I'm excited for, and it's probably going to be one of those games that I'll, you know, play a good chunk, go away, come back and play a good chunk again. It just, I believe it's going to be a pretty solid multiplayer. It's made in the Crytek engine, I'm sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in any of this video, of course, and I'm fairly looking forward to that. So, and moving on to the next game I'm really looking forward to and hoping gets a lot shown. A few days ago we were actually treated to a trailer of Homefront The Revolution. Now I don't care what anyone bloody says, I really enjoyed the first one. I really liked the story. A little bit short, yes, definitely a little bit short, but it was nice to have something a bit different from the usual run-of-the-mill Call of Duty, Battlefield, Medal of Honor, and it was like, this is a bit different, and I thought it performed really well, and it was well marketed as well. I mean, some people said, you know, oh, it's well marketed, that's why it's sold. That's kind of the gist of games these days, but I still felt that the game it had a good, strong story to me. I mean, everybody's different, it's personal opinion, this is all personal opinion. I would like if you guys want to leave comments about it all, that'd be awesome as well. And we got treated to a nice wee trailer. It did look like it was pre-rendered. I could be wrong, there could be an amazing engine, but Deep Silver's publishing it, and it's Crytek developing it, because Crytek bought it when THQ sadly went under and all that. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm wondering the ideas Crytek bring to the table, and it's going to be made in a pretty substantially awesome engine, and it's good. It's Homefront the Revolution. It's good. It's something to look forward to next year. That's not another Battlefield. That's not a Call of Duty. And yeah, you know, it could be pretty awesome. We'll wait and see. Of course, I'm really hoping some gameplay is shown. Not even multiplayer, just maybe a single player mission or something. That'd be cool. Now, the first sort of PS4 title I'm going to say, oh no, this is where everybody goes, nope, that's it, I'm done. I'm leaving this video. That's it, done. Goodbye. There's probably quite a few of you looking forward to this. Uncharted 4, or whatever they're going to call it. Uncharted The Deception. Oh yes, I went there. Uncharted Forever, or whatever the balls they're going to call it. But right now I'm just going to, nickname it Uncharted 4. Coming out in the PS4. Highly likely not this year. I mean, if they seriously go, oh, it's coming, November, the world will probably explode and Sony will just go like, yep, we did it again. We did it again. But as for Uncharted 4, I mean, they released a small trailer with some dialogue. That was really it. That's all they showed. And people were like, oh, is that it? But then the world was just like, another Uncharted's coming. And Naughty Dog don't normally carry over their series to and from like generations. I know The Last of Us is likely to go, and there is a remastered edition sort of thing, geared up for the PS4 coming. But it was released pretty much right at the end of the PS3 to PS4 sort of transition in a way. So Uncharted 4 is a bit of a because you've had Crash Bandicoot, Jack Daxter, and Uncharted. It was all sort of in their generations, and now we have Uncharted 4. So there's been a lot of speculation online, of course, of like how it's going to look. I mean, Naughty Dog has, to their, total respect for them and everything, they make good-looking games, and they usually have pretty strong stories as well. And it's very cinematic, but it's also, you're not, constantly in a cutscene. And it's just, I can't wait to see what they actually, because it's meant to be a big thing for this E3. So I'm hoping to see that during the Sony one, just see it, give it like 10 minutes and be like, here you go. Because I mind seeing Uncharted 3 and the whole like ship scene and the water and all that, and just be like, what? How is that possible? I always like to be blown away by what developers can actually do. Okay, so let us move on. This is a little one that's a bit different from some of the games I've mentioned so far. The Crew. This is coming from Ubisoft, and when they revealed this, it was weird. I mean, Ubisoft is kind of on track for revealing lots of new IP and such, but they always like to say it's like they want to make new franchises or something like that. And then The Crew is like an open world sort of car racing. You team up with people to, form your crew. And from the pictures and some of the gameplay and everything I've seen, there's a fantastic amount of cars in it, and there's a fantastic amount of modifications you can make and how you can just customize. Also, it looks like they've got a Mustang in it, which is one of my favourite cars. Now, if they could put the Impala in it, that'd be awesome from Supernatural. I can dream, let me dream. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It has still been said that it's coming out this year. There's been a lot of titles falling into next year, as some people have seen. But have no fear, there's probably plenty going to be announced at E3 that's going to be coming out this holiday season, as they like to call it. And The Crew, I'm hoping, is one of them. Now, here is one. The next two titles will have something slightly in common. The Evil Within. Now, it's a bit of a strange one. It's apparently from sort of original Resident Evil type people. Although I've watched some gameplay, it looks phenomenal. I do have a slight worry with it using the EdTech 5 engine. We all know how Wolfenstein is went currently, and it's still broken with the developers, as far as I've been told. But there was a small fix, and that's on the Steam forums. If anybody's still having issues with that, even if you just ask me on one of the videos, I will direct you towards the forum of where it is. Now, the Evil Within is using EdTech 5, and that's probably the third game using it. But the Evil Within looks scary as hell. It looks like Resident Evil and Silent Hill had a bitch baby, and the thing has claws. I bet you I'm going to end up quoted with that or something. But it's like the gameplay trailer, I think there's a good 10-minute gameplay trailer out there, and I watched it, and my spine, I was just like, oh god. And I do actually plan to do this on the channel. I don't do much horror because I just don't think, comedy and all that, yes, you know, but it's like I don't really play much horror games. I grew up on horror movies and all that, but horror games with that whole interactivity, it's not like, yeah, you get scared and everything, but something just, I don't play them that much. I mean, there's Dead Space as well that I've played, but Evil Within looks sheer terror. I mean, there's some customization you can do, like making some stuff and running away from stuff, but then it just plays with your head. I mean, one good title actually did that really, really, really well, Fear. I miss that franchise. Please someone bring that back. Fear 1 was a mind screw, and I'm not going to swear and say the other word, but like, that little girl screwed with your head really, really well. The Evil Within looks sort of like that. I mean, there's a scene where you're walking down a corridor, next thing bursts out in blood, and then suddenly you're in this sort of like room, and something just comes out the floor that looks like the ring is coming towards you, but with some mutated spider gene. I mean, that just looks really exciting, and it's nice to see the sort of horror franchise get a big AAA sort of massive boost. I'm hoping it does well, and I'm hoping the developers manage to get the thing to actually run. I mean, it might come that if I do it on the channel, it might be a few days after, because depending on the fix, or it might just work. Who knows? Now, next up, carrying on the sort of horror type thing, Alien Isolation. The moment I saw this, I was like, please. Getting published by Sega, and none other than the guys who did RTS before, you know. Which is, it's strange. I mean, they've done 1-2 other titles. Don't quote me on that. And I mean, I will be doing Alien Isolation on channel, for the simple fact I am a huge Aliens fan. Huge. I watch them all quite regularly. I've seen all the Alien vs Predator, unfortunately. Some of them are good, the fights are good, but that's probably about it. You can take out everything else and leave the fights. But Alien Isolation, it looks like something, you know, I loved the sort of the last Aliens game, and the fact of the sound assets were good. I mean, the pulse rifle was a big thing, except the rest of the game wasn't so good. But hey, moving on, Alien Isolation is as from developer diaries, should I say, that I've watched, looks to be that you know, you have the one alien hunting you down, but it's meant to feel, you know, these aliens aren't just, you know, cannon fodder. They can't just be splattered against the wall like the last Alien game. You know, this is a beast that's hunting its prey that can tear your head off if it wants to. And you like, there was an interesting demo sequence where you were going through the lights, the light, like all the lighting system looks awesome. Texturing looks pretty substantially awesome. And it's just like, there's one point, it's like you're running and you're trying to cut open a door and the thing just comes up, snaps your neck. It's like, well, then probably a lot of that going to happen when I do my playthrough, but I'm really excited about that. Really hoping it does keep its October release date. They haven't, usually games that have went quiet means that they're probably on track to release. It's the games that get really, really vocal before, like months before release date, they end up, they kind of get shifted. That's what I noticed. Like, Batman just got shifted, and it appeared like, you know, oh right, you know, we've got this, oh we've got that, and then it was like, oh, we're moving the date. Okay, Alien Isolation has been quiet because you're hoping the team's, you know, battered down, pumping out stuff and getting it done, and it looked pretty spectacular. So something I'm really looking forward to. Now I'm going to go into sort of slightly smaller games in a way. You could say smaller, or you could say even better. Who knows? Subnautica. Now, I haven't played this. I have barely seen some concept art. I've played around with there's an environment sort of creator they handed out. It's from the guys that did Natural Selection 2, and that game is phenomenal, and I have far too many hours in it. So I'm looking to see what they do. It's like, it appears to be sort of like an underwater type game, and there's been creatures in the concept art. There's some really phenomenal music they've got going with it, but other than that, they haven't really showed much gameplay. I mean, Unknown Worlds are a fairly fantastic studio. I'd love to meet them at some point, if that was at all possible. But like Subnautica, I'm really hoping at E3 gets a good, solid, you know, 5-minute gameplay trailer, 10-minute gameplay trailer, or, you know, even just, you know, a tournament or something, going like, you know, this is what it is. And there's, because Natural Selection 2 has quite a good, solid sort of professional scene in a way. Not as big as games like StarCraft or Call of Duty, but it's fairly solid, and I wasn't exactly in a team or anything, but I did end up in games with team members on either side and whatnot, and it was great fun. So I'm hoping for something similar. Now I would say the last game, but I'm going to go into some other stuff as we go on. But this is just like a list of games that I'm really looking forward to. Killing Floor 2. Now Killing Floor is a game that I quite periodically go back to because it's phenomenal. It has an awesome soundtrack, and it just runs really well. There's loads of games, they interact with the community a lot and get bring community guns in. They're balanced and whatnot, but it works really, really well. Now Killing Floor 2, there's some sort of stills up on Steam. It's meant to apparently be getting an early access. Whether they do that or not, I will be right in on that, and hopefully be able to turn out a bit of content in one way or another for you guys. Killing Floor 2 is just going to be, it seems like it might be more of the same, but better graphics, better physics, crazier monsters, crazier soundtrack, crazier guns. Not in crazier in the way that Saints Row went bonkers and become a superhero, but just really good maps, really good layouts, really good monsters, and just that overall feel of Killing Floor, but pushed over 11. And yeah, I look forward to that. Now, for a few other things. Many studios still have things under wraps and will be announced throughout the E3 week. What you think my predictions of it might be, you may ask. First of all, I'm going to jump to Deep Silver. Now, they have positioned themselves in an excellent spot with the fact, they bought up some of the titles of THQ. I believe they're the next THQ, in the sense of hopefully they won't make the daft decision to make a tablet. I really hope they don't. But the titles, they've got Metro under their belt, they've got Saints Row, the Violation, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, someone correct me if I am. So it's okay. Now, I don't have a clue if Homefront Revolution will be included in, because they've got some slots that says they're revealing some unannounced titles. Now, whether Homefront is to be included in that, because it when there's a Twitch guide that you can see that's got unannounced titles, I don't know if that's going to be that was put up before Homefront or it was decided before Homefront, so it might be that that's where they're going to show off more gameplay. But it's also highly possible we'll see something new from Violation, because they've been really quiet for a good long while. Now, whether that's going to be a new Saints Row or something new altogether remains to be seen, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they guys do, because they're really pretty darn good at making games, to be honest. Really fun games. That's what gaming's about. It's meant to have fun. Now, moving on a little bit though, is let's not be forgetting Deep Silver has been behind a lot of bringing titles out, because you've got Metro Redux coming, which looks pretty awesome. I won't be buying that because, well, I'm a huge fan of Metro. But I am excited to see what Deep Silver brings, and maybe hopefully some of the titles are actually coming out this year. We need something for this year. It was all sort of oh god, too many games in October, and now they're all scooted off till next year. Well, anyway, I am secretly hoping for a Dead Space 4 from EA. I am dreaming too much, I know. But that is likely, if anything's to show up, it's probably going to be E3 next year, because Visceral has shown off that they're doing Battlefield Hardline, and everybody knows, or should know, they're working on a Star Wars title. Now, the only reason I'm not mentioning else about EA is because it's going to be either at the press conference, it's going to be Sims, sports games, Star Wars, and Battlefield. Because they said they're doing no Need for Speed this year, but you never know, there might be a mobile game for all I know. But apart from that, I'm probably going to watch it, and we'll see. Another one though is Square Enix. Now, they have quite a few slots in this Twitch slots I've seen of unannounced titles. And to be honest, most of their studios have been fairly quiet. Crystal Dynamics, as I screw that up. They did the Tomb Raider, they brought over the Xbox One and PS4, even though it was pretty much the PC looking one in a sense. They did remodel her head. That was about it. But I mean, Crystal Dynamics has been pretty quiet. I mean, I'm sure they didn't put the full team behind doing that Tomb Raider. They also have the Hitman studio, and they also have, you know, Deus Ex. Could a new Deus Ex title be revealed? If it's revealed and goes launching this November, I will be all over that. I love Deus Ex Human Revolution. We're not going to even mention that mobile title that I done, although it was on PC. We're not going to even mention that. That will just be a little thing in the distance that nobody knows about. But Deus Ex Human Revolution, I mean, that truly like changed my thinking. That was an amazing, amazing game. I'm hoping for more of this, more of the same, but turned up to 11, and let them just go well, because, you know, they've got the new consoles out. They've got a lot more, you know, the boundaries have moved a bit. They don't have so much restriction. I mean, obviously you could have maybe a new Tomb Raider as well, or a new IP from Crystal Dynamics. And we've known about the Hitman has been in production, but we don't know what its name, we don't know what it looks like. Could get a bit of gameplay. Of course, it's saying unannounced title. We already know about Kingdom Hearts 3, we already know about Final Fantasy 15, or whatever the hell they're probably going to end up calling it. So it's one of those things that, right, it's not going to be that, it's going to be something we've not seen. And, you know, FIFA's been finished up for a good while, so they might have a prototype, they might have even more advanced stuff, or, well, just wait and see. Next week is very, very soon. And last but not least, I would like to bring attention to Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft, I've said this in anything I've talked to anyone. I mean, I've talked to Conflict Nerd, I spoke to Charlotte Shuffle, Morph Shuffle, and they're all channels that you should definitely check out. But basically, now, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but I believe Ubisoft's one of those publishers that takes more of a risk. Apart from Deep Silver, like, Ubisoft is one of the sort of, I don't know whether to say big three, because, like, I compare it, Ubisoft is like the size of Activision, the size of EA, you know, they have all the meaty amounts of money to push around, but Ubisoft seems to be the one that mostly uses that. I mean, we just had Watch Dogs come out, and I fairly love Watch Dogs, it's pretty awesome. Some people have issues here and there, but, you know, these get patched. It ran a lot better than Wolfenstein did at first, you know. But I mean, things like Child of Light, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, there was some other indie games as well. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, I'm not saying it's an indie game, by the way, but it's like they have the Far Cry 3 franchise, and we're like, you know what, take a risk. Because, you know, someone came to them and was like, look, I have this really daft idea, and they went, you know what, try it, see what happens. And it was like really, really profitable for them. And they were like, well, I mean, obviously it's like some risks are going to fall, but Ubisoft can probably bear the brunt of that. So I'm hoping for sort of more of the same. I mean, it kind of breaks it up and gets you out of the COD churn. I mean, yes, they do have the Assassin's Creed that they tend to churn out every year and make multiple titles, and you're just like, what, my head's going to explode. But yep, Ubisoft, I feel, is in a really nice spot to take some risks, pump some money into brand new projects, give us a little something new. I mean, I'm really hoping for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon 2, because it was just batshit insane. Just go there. If you haven't bought that, go buy it. If you haven't seen it, there's a playthrough. In the playthroughs, there's a completed playthrough list. Usually I think it's number 6, you can just see it from there if you want, or you can search whatever you want on the channel. So I'm really hoping they just, you know, keep that going. Obviously this year they're showing like a new Assassin's Creed. They're going to go a bit more in depth of The Division, but that's not meant to be out till next year. But The Division, I feel, it's going to be awesome, but it's also this year, it's probably going to be shown and marketed as a bit of like, you know, an engine pusher. You know how Battlefield 3 is like, this is Frostbite 3, you know, this is how it can do. It is Frostbite 3 is on, isn't it? Frostbite 4? Someone tell me down below. Anyway, The Division looks absolutely insane. I revealed, when it was revealed, I was just like, what the hell? How is that possible? It's like an open world sort of third person FPS, and why am I saying third person FPS? Third person shooter, not third person, first person. Jeez, what am I doing? Anyway, The Division was like just revealed, and my jaw hit the deck. I mean, I've seen some videos, like they showed off an actual engine video of like how the snow is building up, how the how everything's changing, even the bullet holes in the car doors and how it dents, and you're just like, whoa, that's where sort of gaming's going to go towards. It's not going to give you lifelike picture for picture. Well, it probably could, but like Watch Dogs is something to kind of bring attention to. Is like, see when you're walking and it's windy and his coat's flapping in the rain, and the rain's building up in your coat and everything, and like the way the water, Ubisoft's good at water, just say, and it's like stuff like that, the wee subtle animation tweaks and twerks make everything really, really nice to look at. So I'm hoping The Division delivers on that, and well, it's likely going to be 2015. It's been said it's 2015. It might be given a release date of like maybe March, April. April this year was a bit sparse. March had a few good big titles. They might put it in there, and they might wait and do another Watch Dogs like the end of May or something. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, folks, I'd like to give you a massive, or say a massive thank you. I could give you a Smash Gaming hug for all you know, but I'd like to say a massive thank you for listening to this fairly long video. It went longer than I thought, but hey, now I would like to ask you all though, if you do like to chat, let me know down below a game, a platform, what press conference, whatever you're looking forward to most. Let me know down below. I'll chat to you all. I will reply to every single comment that goes in this video. I promise you, I pinky promise, I never break it in anything. So let me know down below what you're looking forward to. Do you like the games I've said? Do you like that you might get to see some of them? Who's your favourite publisher you're looking forward to seeing some new stuff? What game do you like most, or what game do you hope appears, like a new game in a certain franchise, or just a brand new IP? Maybe tell me your IP ideas, like you have this idea for maybe a new roller coaster tycoon, but it's named this and it's going to include this. You never know. Or even if you're looking forward to The Sims. You never know. I am looking forward to The Sims. The building stuff looks pretty awesome. But anyway, folks, I really hope you've enjoyed this video and learned some stuff maybe you didn't know. But I hope you'll let me know anything, and thank you again. See you all next time.